In this video, we'll cover how to create the hub. So this hub drawing on the right-hand side is what we're going to create today. And we'll use this for a later video when we create a section view. So we're going to go ahead and create the hub and add the dimensions. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and choose my diameter. I'm going to do the outside diameter. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I'm on metric, which I was not. So let's change this to metric. There we go. And let's go ahead and add our diameter circle of 110. And then I can add my smaller circle, my diameter of 20. So you'll see this one's pretty straightforward. And then 40. And then our final one is 50. And then I need to place these circles here. We're going to do this using the circular array. So I'm going to put my first circle in, and I need to use a reference circle, which you'll see here. That's this line right here. It's just a reference. We'll actually remove it. Excuse me, actually we'll change it to a center line when we do our dimensions. That's 86. So let's go ahead and do our first circle, and it looks to me like it's a diameter of 10, and there's going to be 8 of those. So I'm going to come up here to my circular pattern, use polar array. Let's select our circle, hit enter. Our base point is the center because it's going to rotate around the center point. And then notice that it automatically puts 6 in, but we need to change that to 8. And it does go all the way around our part, so we don't have to erase any. And let's go ahead and hit close our array. So to add our dimensions here, we want to go to our dimension item here, and we'll go down to our diameter, select our outside circle. And since we are using we're in metric, so we're using ISO standards, you'll see that it looks a little bit different than what's in the drawing here. And let's just go ahead and do that for each one. And if you feel like this is makes it too cluttered, because as we get more and more in here, you'll see it can be a little more cluttered. We can also, let's erase this. We can use our leader lines here, and we can select our box here and create and write exactly what we want it to be. So we would come to our symbol, do diameter, and it is a diameter of 110 for our part here. But notice it is entirely very tiny here. So we may need to come in and make an adjustment to our standard because it's not in an ISO format. So we'll hit modify. And we can just go through our different options here. So we have different spacing. Here's our scale. So let's make this a lot larger. I'll put 25 and hit close. And now we have a larger item here. And you could go ahead and now that once that's set, you can actually do that for each one of your circles here. But we still have to put our diameter and so forth. So again, that's just 2 options of how to put those pieces in. So I wanted to show that to you. We'll actually dimension this quite a bit differently when we do our multi-view drawing of this part, but this just gives you a good start. The other thing is you'll have to come in and make adjustments and add your center mark. So we'll have to come back into our dimension style here. And we can modify this and create a standard dimension style. Standard meaning what you do when you use your imperial, the inches, and you can set it that way as well. So there's just a couple different options. And we'll hit close. So you can come in and add your center marks if you're doing it this way. Okay. And that's just a quick review of how to create this hub. Make sure that you do create this hub because we will need it for our next week's video.